dreaded day, Monday. Obviously, if you're like me, yeah, and you're a normal day job guy, you're a 9 to 5, or you know, you're a construction guy, and if you see the faces of people on Monday and you see the mood of people on Monday, man, you can tell they're not happy with their life, and they're not happy where they are, and they don't want to be at work. Every single person is just like dragging their feet through the shift, and you can almost feel everyone's pain of, oh, why haven't I made it yet? Or why isn't there money in my life like I expected when I was younger? Or why haven't I done what I said I was gonna do? Like, every time I think about how hard this is to upload daily and be consistent with my content, I realize it's not actually that hard compared to like doing something that you hate for 40-50 years, yeah, going against the grain and being something and doing something that you don't really want to do day in, day out. That's crazy. That's like mental torture. And I see the faces of these people who, like, I have quite a good spirit at work, or like I'm quite happy. Maybe because I'm working towards something outside of work, and I eventually know that I'm gonna have a way out, or in my head there's some kind of way out. But a lot of people don't actually have that. So or they just see themselves as trapped. So they're walking zombies. Like, I'm trying to put it a more polite way, but there's no other polite way to put it. Like, they're an empty shell of themselves, and I look at them sometimes, and I'm like, whoa, why are you so miserable? I don't know. I don't have another way to say it to them. I don't say it to their face, but like about them in my head, and I just wonder, and I'm thinking, you should just try making content. It sounds crazy and stupid, right? But like 2 weeks ago, I had 8 subscribers, and I've got 30 something now, and it's working. It's working. YouTube is probably the easiest thing you could do to start, you know, either self-reflecting or getting some kind of traction online. Think about every person that's online. They kind of have made it, or every person who's got some kind of digital footprint, you know, online. They either video themselves or share content or valuable information about their own personal life and experience. Yeah, and that is helpful. Even if they don't care about you, like I know obviously YouTube and people, they don't care about me personally or specifically, but you want the information, or you've come to click this video because you think that it somehow relates to you or can somehow help you. I think this is probably the easiest way to get to the bread as fast as possible. Like, no one is on YouTube is doing YouTube because for free, like, or to not become monetized. No one. I don't care what you say. Like, you could get more video views and likes or subscribers if you just copy what people are titling. Obviously, don't do it word for word. Make your own way or vibe of doing something, and put it in your own way. But you could copy smaller channels of how they are, like let's say 50 to 100k, yeah? Copy their titles and put it in your video, and I guarantee you'll get some traction. I guarantee you. YouTube's doing something to the algorithm, and it's helping small YouTubers, small content creators, because they want as many content creators as possible, because the more content that's on YouTube, the more traffic that comes to YouTube, and then the more ad revenue they can build. It is the best time to get into YouTube. It's the best time, and I can't stress this enough. Like, I've subscribed to a few people who now I'm just following their way, and I'm finally seeing traction. It's not like thousands a day, but I'm seeing traction, and it's working. I'm so happy. My last video got 166 views, and that's the most views I've had on a video since. Like, I was wondering, why am I making 30 minute videos and still not getting as many views as I'd hoped to get? Because I'm putting a lot of effort into giving all my value and life experience to YouTube. But what I didn't realize is that YouTube doesn't care, or the people who are watching me don't care about me. They don't know me. They don't know my missus. They don't know my story. They don't know how much I've been through. They don't know, like, I've grown up in poverty. They don't care if I'm struggling in life. They don't care if I'm not financially stable. They don't care. People don't care. They just want to know if they can use your struggle or your information to help themselves or better themselves. And that's completely fine. We all do it. We all need it. We all use it. And that's why we come to YouTube, right? Have you ever tried to just do something trivial or tried to figure out something and you've YouTubed it? You've even heard the term, oh, just go YouTube it. You'll find out. You can do anything on YouTube. Of course you can, because there's hundreds of content creators. I remember being on YouTube when there was a blue bar, and the only videos on YouTube were like funny videos, were like how to be a ninja, like back in the day. And this was when like PewDiePie was blowing up. So like this was before YouTube was so expansive. Like now it's like a thesaurus. It's like a dictionary or like a search. It's pretty much a search engine. You can find anything you need on YouTube. So I suggest making YouTube videos that are 20 to 30 minutes long or 15 to 20 minutes long in the beginning, because you need to get that watch time. You need to have 1,000 subscribers and 200,000 hours of view time to get monetized. And if you just stay consistent and you use YouTubers who are doing better than you, use their titles and put your own spin on it, 100% guarantee you'll get some traction, because my last video did better than any other video that I've done, and I used this lady's video about talking about the UK, and I can relate to it too because I grew up in the UK, and I also agree with what she's saying, and I'm just showing my own personal experience of what I felt or what I know. It works. It really works. I mean, I've grown up. I'm like, if you're an American watching this, I've grown up in the projects. I'm from council blocks. I'm a single parent son. I'm a single parent child. I am from the block. I'm a block boy. Like I'm really from this. I'm not lying. This is my actual real life. It's right there. So when I say the stuff that I've seen or heard, like the stresses I've had and like failure and success, that no one has given me any kind of help or money in my life. I have had to generate everything, and I'm not making a sob story. I'm getting too old to have to try and feel sorry for myself or sympathetic to myself. I'm not. I'm just moving now. I'm trying to. I'm making more moves, or like I'm working harder, because when you work harder, you get luckier. It just starts working because you're giving it everything. You're giving it all. And I'm telling you now, when you grow up around this, or when you grow up around, like, nothing is good out there. Nothing. There's it's very, very hard to come by people who are doing better than you or more successful than you and want to help you. No one. I mean it. I can look you in the eye. No one wants to help you. Okay, it's far and few, unless you don't want anything out of that, and even that is really rare, because everyone who's from nothing kind of wants something. You see how it's like a double-edged sword? You can't, that reality doesn't always happen. It's very rare. So, I mean, the things that I've had to kind of go through, let's say, or experience as a young man, it hasn't been a friendly place, and it hasn't been kind to me. Life has not been very kind to me. And I'm being quite open and upfront about it, because what's the point in hiding it? What's the point in telling you drips and drabs about it when I can just tell you straight up? Like in my other videos, you can see that's where my life has been at. And only now, recently, I've managed to get my life slightly better by being more in control and being stable and staying in a job and getting a trade. All these kind of things slowly help me. But even then, like, I can be honest with you and tell you that I got a trade in order to please my partner's parents, that I have a bit more stable way of making income. But it's not like I wake up in the morning and say, oh, I really want to be a plumber. No, hell no. I did that to please people. And like, obviously, it's at the cost of me. I had to pay for the course. I had to live on 4 days pay, or be a pizza boy, you know, as a second job and have a 4-day role where I was laboring. So I was laboring for 4 days, and then Saturday or Sunday I would do 4 hours or 6 hours or pizza delivering as a pizza guy in my late 20s. So, and I know we do what we have to do, and people do things later on in life as well, these rubbish, crappy jobs, but it was so meaningless. And I thought to myself, when I was making these boxes, like hundreds of boxes, and then doing these deliveries in the back room, and I'm looking at I'm looking into space, and I'm thinking, what the hell am I doing? Do I want to be doing this later on? There's this guy, right? Let me just be completely honest. There was this guy who was like twice my age, maybe 25 years older than me, and he looked soulless. He just looked destroyed, and I had to shadow him on the first day. I was sitting in the car with him. He smelt bad. He didn't smile at all. He barely spoke to me. He didn't want to know my name. And I get it. He's probably had hundreds of people that he's had to show about the job. And I got the job. Well, I understood the job after one delivery, and I said, okay, can I like do this on my own now? Because I didn't want to sit in the car with him again. To be honest with you, I didn't want to do another delivery with him because he stank, and he was getting on my nerves because just of his vibe. But anyway, I've had to do these rubbish jobs and roles throughout my whole life, and I've had no meaning or purpose in my life. And I'm not saying like YouTube is my end goal, but YouTube has given me purpose again, and it's kind of given me a way out, and I can see that it's working. Like there is traction, and it is giving me motivation to keep going. I can tell you now, you don't want this life. You end up like let's just call him Keith. Let's just call him Keith, okay? No offense to Keiths out there, all right? My homeboys, I love you all. If you're subscribed and your name's Keith, I love you, bro. Sorry. Okay, let's just call him Keith. But yeah, you don't want to be like that guy because he was so soulless and dead. But I've also done other crappy roles which are just dead-end jobs. And like, is the course that I took for 2 years really that negative? Like, I have to look at things with both angles, yeah. Is it really that bad? Because I can still do private jobs and increase my income. So, and I have done private jobs for people, and I'm taking on another bathroom in the next few weeks for my friends. So it has allowed me to expend my income. But you know, when you're one of those people who come in and out of different jobs every year or 2 years, and your CV just looks like a mess. Yeah, I'm one of those people. Yeah, it's not great. I was never a career guy. I'm not very good at taking orders. Like, I'm not very good at being, taking commands from people. I do not like it. I like to be my own boss, or I like to be in control of my own life. But, in order to get somewhere, like, where I need to be, I have kind of just bit my tongue so many times, but I'm not living truly or best of my ability. I know 100% my spirit has not grown to its maximum. But YouTube is giving me some kind of platform to do that. It's giving me an ability to speak my mind and tell you that it's possible. It is 100% possible. But I'm from literally from the streets, and for me to see this change is crazy. I'm no one. I'm a nobody. So you can do it. It's just you have to be kind of encouraged. I was encouraged by a guy online called Dante London, and he's probably in a similar situation because he seems like a block boy, but just in America. And to see traction must be wonderful. And he's been doing it for 5 years, and he did it. I think he did it consistently, like once or twice a week. But I'm just following his methods. So upload daily, make 15 to 20-minute videos, and yeah, use small content creators titles, but put your own spin on it in the actual video. I don't do any editing. I just record and go. I have an intro and an outro. That's it. It's just daily vlogs, and also speaking about topics that I care about, okay? And yeah, I mean, I can talk more about the hood and how it's treated me, but it depends on if you guys want to hear that. But we could go into that. I've got so many stories I could tell you guys. All I want to say is that YouTube is helping small content creators, and if you're from the projects like me, or if you're from the council blocks, or if you're from the estate like me, I'm telling you now, it might be a way out for you. It might just work for you. You might blow up sooner than most people, because you might have a creative spirit where you know how to clock patterns and you know how to figure out what YouTubers are doing better than me, or you might have more expendable time than me. What was that? Yeah, I mean, if you're from the council blocks like me, man, I mean, what have you got to lose? I mean, I've seen, okay, I can tell you my stories, man. I've had my motorcycle stolen twice. You know, I've been slashed with a blade. I've been chased. You know, I've had crazy things. I've had someone smash a bottle in a pub, yeah, and put it close to my neck when I was 16 because I was an Indian boy, and this was back in like 2012. So like I've seen these kind of things, and I've seen adversity. So I'm not crying about it. I'm just saying, if you've been that close or you've had that kind of shit life, man, what have you got to lose? What have you got to lose? And why are you so scared or fearful of doing it? If you're really from the streets, yeah, you should be man enough to attack and live out your dream. So I'm encouraging you. If you feel like you're hesitant or you're not sure about it, give it a go and then see what happens. If you're fed up after, let's say, a few months of trying or a year of trying, I like to say 2 years. You gauge it by however you want to gauge it. If you're fed up, then fair enough, okay? You can do your 40, 50 years living your mediocre life and being unhappy for the rest of your life, and then have a face like a sour bitch, all right? You can do that. You can do that, but you deserve that because you gave up. I'm just putting it like that. But keep going. Life could be a lot worse. And I'm going to keep checking in every single day, and I'm just going to keep updating my the things that I see and the changes that I make on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to keep advising and sharing my experiences any way that I possibly can. Okay, guys? But much love and thank you so much. My channel is growing, and my last video has blown up compared to the rest of my other videos. So I appreciate you all for locking in, and I will do the same. Okay? Good night. Take it easy.
Got me feeling like AJ at Wembley. I got a house in the sticks, I'm living stress free. God bless me, guide me, protect me.